Hello, in today's video tutorial I would like to show you how to make this very simple 3D flower granny square. Our starting point will be a simple circle granny square, which we saw last week, so I will link the video somewhere up in the corners. And so what we will see here is how to add the petals directly on the surface of this square. Because, well, basically this is surface crochet. So since for this square I used Aran weight yarn and a 4.5 millimeter hook, I will be using the same. And for making the flowers I will be using some white yarn. So let's get started. So before we actually start, let's take a look at our square. This is a simple circle granny square, so it consists of a circle center, which is made with half double crochet stitches, so this yellow part, and then there is the squaring part, okay, all around it in green. What we will do here is to crochet our petals to the flower in the stitches of the fourth round of the circle center. So these are half double crochet stitches, and we will be working around the post of these stitches. So we will be, basically this is surface crochet. So working around the post of the stitch is basically consists in working around this side, okay? So because normally you would crochet in the top loops, okay? Like so here you see, while when you work on the post, you really work this is the length, the height of your stitch. So basically you insert your hook under the post of the stitch. So to crochet the petals of the flower, we just take our white yarn, and we can start in any of these stitches, okay? It really doesn't matter, so it's random. I will just go into one of these stitches under the post of this stitch, place my yarn close to my hook. Then, of course, it's easier if you get a bit of your work out of the way. So just, okay, place the yarn here, and then yarn over and pull up a loop. So you see your yarn is joined around the post of that stitch. And now we chain 2. So if now this tail is a bit on the way and it's annoying, just take a yarn needle and bring it to the wrong side. Okay, insert it there, so it's not going to bother you. So once we have our 2 chains, what we do now is to surface crochet around the post of the next stitches, and we make treble crochets. So to do that, we yarn over twice, then we insert the hook under the post of the next stitch. So you just go under the stitch and you get out from the other side, and then you complete the treble as normal. And then we make one more treble in the next stitch, so working around the post of the next stitch. So we yarn over twice, go under the post of the next stitch, pull up a loop, and complete the treble. So this is our first petal, which is almost done. So to complete it, what we do is we chain 2, as we did at the beginning, and we slip stitch under the next stitch. So under the post, we go under the post that stitch, and then we slip stitch. So it's you might have to twist your hook a bit to make sure that you can go through the loop. And well, you will need to stretch it a bit, and this is our first petal. Now for the next one, we just start with a slip stitch around the post of the next stitch, and we repeat the same pattern as we did for the first one, for the first petal. So we chain 2, and then we treble twice. So we treble 1 stitch here, 1 and 2, and treble another 1, then we chain 2 and we slip stitch around the next stitch, And the pattern is basically this all around. So let's see one more again. So we slip stitch around the next stitch, chain 2, and then treble 2 around the post of the next 2 stitches. And another treble. So pay extra attention when you get to the joining point of the square. So you see here I have my last half double crochet stitch of round 4, and then I have the initial chain 1. So pay attention not to consider these as 2 stitches, but because it's just 1. So to avoid the gap in there, what I usually do is to crochet around both these stitches at the same time. So my next treble, in this case I need to make a treble here, is going to be around both of those. So the last stitch of the round and the chain 1 space. So you see it's got a bit of a larger base here, but it will not be so visible once the square is done. Once we get to the end of the round, we make the last slip stitch, and you can simply cut the yarn, slide the tail through your last stitch, and then using a yarn needle bring this tail to the back and weave in your ends. So we bring it here, and then of course stretch your petals so that they look all nice. And here it is, our simple 3D flower is ready. I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel for more tutorials like this. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.